I know it's funny. Well, you listen to interviews with Mickey Dolenz, and he talks about how the show has remained popular and fresh because it wasn't topical. But I disagree a little bit with that. Of course, who am I to disagree with him? But like I see a lot of little things thrown in there that were, I guess I know what he means, that it wasn't overly topical. You weren't going to confuse it with the Smothers Brothers show
Right.
or something. But there were little things in there, and I think that's kind of cool that they put those things in there.
Yeah.
That far more. I mean, Timothy Leary like had a whole chapter in his book about the Monkees and their importance at the time. I think there's a lot more there than people think.
Well, it's really,
Maybe the movie.
I totally agree with you. And my dissertation when I went to grad school ended up being about our failure to mourn the loss of the Vietnam War. And I would argue that that's more relevant than ever. I never got it published, but I mean, the Vietnam scenes, those are actually like now standard. A lot of that is standard war footage that you see in a lot of different contexts.
Right,
I'd seen
right.
a lot of those images before, and it's topical, but it's not it's part of the human condition. Those topics are part of the human condition. And the Vietnam War was not, it was a very specific war, and we as Americans, I would argue, handled it in a very specific way, but
Mhm.
also we, it continues to reverberate through the culture. And I just think it's so interesting, and I was watching that and I was just like, I mean, it's not that different from scenes from every war since the Vietnam War either.
Mhm.
I mean, it's, that is what humans destroying other humans looks like.
Right. And I think
Yeah.
the thing in head because that footage is, I still have a hard time watching footage like that. It's horrible. It's like horrific to see that stuff. If you notice in the film, though, it's one other thing on television. They
Uh-huh.
keep clicking remote. Oh, the Monkees are on click. Oh, the Vietnam
More
War.
sign, click.
Oh, Ralph Williams Chevrolet, click, and it's just something else. And then at the end, when they keep clicking back and forth between the cartoon with the shotgun, like the Bugs Bunny cartoon or the Warner Bros. Cartoon with the shotgun, and then you see a Vietnamese mother running away from a bomb or fire, and then you go back to the cartoon. It it's God. I still get like it's horrible. It's horrible. One other thing that is it all entertainment to people? Oh, there's a war, there's a sitcom,
I feel like that's the message.
yeah,
Yeah.
That there, and it, it's just so striking now. I mean, I think you could probably always find something to connect it with whatever time you're living in, but I mean, especially right now, it really hit me hard.
hmm
And I wonder why I don't hear more discussion about this movie now, especially since in other ways the Monkees are getting their due.
And the thing with the flipping, we do it now with scrolling. I mean, I
hmm
can scroll through. I love YouTube. I love YouTube. And I can scroll through and I can get like the Brownville, Maine deer pantry. And then it's, images of the latest, thing that ICE did. And then it's, calm your nervous system. And then, the latest thing the president said. I mean, this is how we deal with media now. It has only gotten worse. And it's
hmm
doing things to our brains. Like it started then. Like 1968, that is amazing. That movie's 48 years, yeah, 58 years old. 58 years old. And like we're doing the same thing now that was horrible then, except we're doing it even faster and we're doing it all the time on our phones. We have
Yeah,
these in our pocket. We don't just sit in our living rooms and do it.
yeah.
And we do it isolated now, which is even worse. We used to do it as a family, and now we're
Right.
doing it, in an isolated sense. So I mean, they were on to something. I mean, I know Jack Nicholson and Raffleson, did this movie because they were in part because they were trying to fund Easy Rider.
Mhm.
But,
And Kevin-
I mean, and they got that done too. But, it's just a question of this is, like what America has become on steroids. And
mhm.
the colors aren't quite so pretty either.